guys, what's going on? F1 up on here, and welcome back to Be Rising. Since we last left off, if I do recall correctly, we had obviously continued to start getting more resources from the other area over in the Swamplands. We did a few quests here and there, nothing too crazy. Mainly we just got the Blood Merlot, we managed to get a few other assortments of goods. Obviously, we got the best weapon in the game, slashers. That was like 2 streams ago? I can't remember. But ultimately, we're slowly building up to the much harder bosses now. We're starting to get into the potential end game of it all. So that's going to be fun. For this stream, what I'm thinking of doing is I am going to do a whole lot of base renovation. For one, what I'm thinking of doing is moving my operation over to somewhere else. So that way I can start establishing myself in a bit more of a more, I wouldn't say centralized location, but it's a location all the same. But I digress. Without further ado, let's just get into things and see what happens. Alright, so the plan for today, obviously, is once again to go to the vampire area and get that 1 hour in. Assuming it pops up soon. But if not, well, we'll just go over every single base and see what we can secure loot-wise. My hope is that we will be able to actually go into the next tier of combat. Or my hope is that we have a high enough gear level. We are currently level 75 with our current gear set. If we manage to get Sanguine Slashers, it would push us over the edge. Alternatively, we need a higher tier armor. So what I'm thinking is we need to invest into the Maleficer's Scholar Gloves. But in order for that, we're going to need Ghost Yarn. And I do believe Ghost Yarn is made via this. But we need to... obviously, we need to make it using the Advanced Loom, but we need the recipe, I believe. So, if we go into here, and we scroll all the way up here, we need to find the individual who provides such a thing. Let's see. Spectral fabric used to craft powerful armor, produced the Advanced Loom. So we can make it, in theory. Huh. Why is it locked, though? Oh, no, this is Shadow Weave. We need Ghost Yarn. Shadow Weave is an entirely different material. So what we need is we need Ghost Yarn, wool, and Ghost Shroom. I do believe we have all 3 ingredients, but I could be wrong. We've got wool thread. We'll have to sort that out in a moment. Okay, let's see. Here we go, Ghost Shroom. We need to take out the wool thread and the cotton yarn. Here we go. This should be enough for both looms at the very least. Alright. Okay, what was it? We're making coarse threads, so let's temporarily cancel those. There we go. We've now made a whole bunch of coarse thread, which I do believe can be used for making wool thread if we prefer that. But I don't think we need to go that far. We just need to go as far as making the ghost yarn here. From there, we will slip over to here. Got a few recipes here to deal with, but we'll worry about those later. And what we can do is we can make the scrolls here, I do believe. So we're just going to split these into twain. We need paper for the recipe. And in order for that, we're going to need plant fiber and sawdust, I believe, for the paper component. So we take the sawdust, take the plant fiber here, and we need paper, don't we? So in the large knowledge scroll here, there we go. Take this, split them up, so that way we can form them later. Split these up, so that way we've got those set up for later as well. Alright. And yeah, that should make a whole bunch of paper, and it should make a whole bunch of scrolls. At least enough to warrant interest to a degree. And for this, we're getting plenty of ghost yarn. That's enough for 20. And now we can start making the first of 4 ear pieces here. So all we do is just make this. That is one of the 4 primal blood essences we need in order to make the higher tier gear. This brings us to 75 once again. But this should bring us to 76, 77, 78. And once we get to 4, we will be at a gear level of 49, or 79 rather. But the extra spell power will certainly aid us in quite a few endeavors, I should say. But yeah, I digress. I guess in the meantime, while we wait, we can actually head over to the other base, because we've got loot over here that we can procure, so that'll be nice. We will hit the fix button, so that way we don't suffer from the fog. Hello, hello. We're just going to take quite literally everything that these guys have. Here we go. We got mutant grease as well. Nice. Alright, that's a whole bunch of stuff. We've also got these guys here. Alright. Randolph, you will come up. As for Delmore, here you are. Another humble appearance, to say the least. We are going to need one more humble appearance, and then we will be good for the humble appearance parts on one side of the spectrum. That's good. 93 Scholar isn't bad. Ah, well. Alright, let's go back over to here. Let's see. What can we do with these? Let's see. Split them up. That way we can start processing radium. I mean, we got the tech scrap, we've got the sulfur in there, so it's just a matter of tossing those in, and we should be good. Okay. Let's just toss this in there. There we go. Nice. Got a few recipes here and there. Nothing that we really need to worry about. We've got a whole bunch of ghost crystal, which we can utilize in a mo. There we go. We can use this to grind down some spectral dust. We'll take all these plants out at this point. It appears spectral or sacred grapes cannot be crushed down, as I had originally thought. So we'll have to leave those alone for now. I'm sure we'll find a better use for them eventually, but for now, they just won't work as intended. But that's fine. Okay. To that end, I guess we go right back over to here. Check on the sawmills here. Those are empty. I'm assuming the third one is as well. Okay, let's take this. Split this. Split these. And from there, we will toss in the pendants of the sorcerer here for processing. Go into here. Permit these now. Okay, 40, 40. Yeah, no difference on what goes where. Take these. There we are. Not bad. Not bad at all. At the very least, we won't be running out of the ghost yarn, so I can't really complain there. Got some high quality goods, that's for sure. Alright, the paper press is working its magic. And we'll just let those process, because we got quite the surplus available for us. Alright. We're up to 79. Yeah, all we really got to learn is the structures, and then we're basically good. Once the structures are done, all that's left is the anathenum, which is going to progressively research more and more, which is good. And we should be good. That said, if we want to get some actual purchase power, we need to upgrade these silver coins into gold sun coins, I believe. So, in order for us to get gold sun coins, that is going to be a chore and a half, but it needs to be done in order to get the knowledge. So, gold sun coins. We've already got nearly 200, but that's nowhere near enough for what we're trying to do. So, that is something I'm going to have to be vividly aware of. I guess in the meantime, what we can do is we do have 20 minutes left on our buffs. So, now will be a good time as any to go and see the priest. I'm not sure whether we will be able to take him out. But, at the same time, if we don't take him out now, then we'll just regret it later. At the very least, if we go there now, we have the option of choosing between fighting him or not. And even if we do decide to not actually engage with him, we can actually still, you know, fight him at the very least and get some gains out of it. But I digress. We're out here to take what's the space out, so let's do just that. Okay. Okay. Got some gold sun coins. 52 for that matter, which is interesting. There you go. Okay. Down a potion. There we go. Had to really lock in there, but other than that, we should be fine. After a bit of healing, we should be good to go. Okay. Let's down a vial of healing. There we go.
In my abyssal sight, every heartbeat echoes.
Alright, let's go take this guy out. Will we be able to handle this? Probably not. But we will certainly try.
So I'm sure the monster could be civilized. You can still surrender.
Okay. Okay, so, okay, so that doesn't work. in a situation where I have to beat him down fast enough that he won't be an issue when I do engage him in combat. Plus, I have to deal with those pillars that constantly berate you with holy, which is going to be a pain in the butt to deal with. There we go. Well, at the very least, I can quickly go through here and take through the pilfer the chests here. Okay. We're just gonna ignore the rift incursion for this time around, I'm thinking. So we'll be taking a bit of a different approach, as it probably is already a given. Alright. I have no idea whether we'll face a successful win here, but we will try all the same to see if we can't fight this.
Are you sure? You can still surrender.
Okay. Ow. Okay.
Witness the power of faith. You can still surrender.
Okay. Ah.
Witness the power of faith.
Okay. Okay, got a potion. Alright.
You can still surrender. Perhaps this is necessary.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
You can still surrender. Witness the power of faith.
Okay, there we go.
Perhaps this is necessary.
Okay, now. Okay. Got a healing pot.
Witness the power of faith.
Okay, there we go. We're on 9 minutes left, so we just gotta be very careful here.
You can still surrender. Perhaps this is necessary.
Alright.
Witness the power of faith.
Okay.
You can still surrender. Witness the power of faith.
Alright. There we go. Got it. Oh, that was difficult, but we managed to lock in the end and get the defeat in. So that's good.
I feel stronger.
As a result, we've succeeded and gotten a sizable reward out of it. But the gold is obviously the most important thing out of this whole ordeal. And that gold can be used not only to make sanguine weapons, which is one of the few good things about that, but yeah, we can use that gold to make sanguine weapons, which will allow for greater tools that we can utilize whenever we wish. Alright, but I digress. We are going to have to come down here anyway, so... Alright. Yeah, no, we have to come down here anyways, because looting, obviously. But yeah. Alright, well, yeah, this is going to be an interesting situation. All we gotta do around here, though, because it is daytime, we can actually loot everything here. We've managed to also get the second ultimate for Chaos Magic, which is actually really good, because now we unlock the final upgrade here. Ignite lasts 1 second longer, and deals damage 1 additional time. That's nice. Here we go. Thankfully, I can just casually pilfer everything that's around here. We'll ignore the workers, obviously. They're not going to be that handy. But the loot inside these areas here are another thing. We'll at the very least get plenty of material. Hey. But yeah, no, the material inside these areas is definitely going to be handy. So we'll grab everything that we can. And the gold sun coins are particularly a nice addition. Alright, not bad. Okay, so there should be an area over here. Alright, respectable. Got everything here. Not bad, not bad at all. We've got a silver resistance brew, which is useless to us right now. That is a 100 worker. Oh, that's not bad.
The mortal mind.
Dominate you.
My grasp.
That is a 100 worker there.
To my will.
We'll send you somewhere just so you can actually be useful. We'll probably transport you specifically
This
later.
cell is just for you.
But we'll worry about all that transport and all that later. There we are. And it is starting to get nighttime, so that's going to be nice. So that should get us quite a bit of loot for our troubles. Hey. Because it's starting to get nighttime, we actually get the benefits of, well, we're gonna slowly get more and more benefits as time goes on. If we get some high tier bloods, I'm not complaining. So far, so good. Alright, as for where we go here, let's see. Well, obviously the gold is a good one. I guess the vendors are probably going to be our most focused benefit. Let's see. We've got 106 coins. It's not enough for what we're trying to do, but it will certainly help us in the right direction. There we go. Got some gold sun coins for our troubles there. Not bad. What happened here? Probably a few bandits more than anything. Drop this. And I guess we'll transform into human form here.
Someone help!
Alright, city book vendor, here we are.
Welcome to the finest
Hello.
shop in all of Vardoran.
Maleficer Scholar Boots. We need 160 coins. We currently only got 120.
Only the best of the best.
And for the Amulet of the Arc Warlock, we need 240. So yeah, it's just a matter of
Oh no!
gambling. But I do believe we will be able to get the supplies necessary. We just need to take out some militia. So let's be a bit violent about it. Get what we need. Yeah, you can just run off. It's no big deal. There you go. Nice. Go to the Brighthaven docks here. Here we will be able to get fish and other assortments of goods. But obviously the coins are the most important right now, so...
I must make room if I want to carry that.
Drop the copper coins because they're useless to us. Here we go. I guess we need to deal with the harder enemies. And then we should be good, but that's besides the point. We can drop that for the fish. Golden River Bass coming in clutch.
Go away.
Hello, Lightweaver. Just the type of person I was looking for. Okay, Lightweaver did not have any coins that time around, but that's fine. See you later, you guys. I don't really need to worry about you guys. Ah, bingo. Bunch of villagers. But we want to take out the paladins here. Okay. Alright, that's more gold sun. We've got 172, which is just enough. Alright, see you later. No. Alright. Hello.
My bags are filled.
Thunder resistance brew. I guess I can ditch that down this.
My bags are filled.
No, no, no!
Alright, but with that, we can now transform into a human form. Get the second piece of armor that we need. This will also give us the benefit of an increased cooldown rate by 6% if we get this research.
Only the best of the best of the best.
There we go, thank you. Alright, let's get out of here. As much as I
I
want
will
to say that
assert
there's
my
more
will.
here that we can get, unless, of course, we get more recipes, there isn't really much that can be done. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make our way back to base. We'll have to make an expansion, obviously. That's going to be an inevitable factor that we've got to overcome. But thankfully, we seem to be doing quite well for ourselves, so there's no need to rush this. Okay.
My blood reserves run
Oh,
low.
we're running low on blood. We'll have to get a new blood type. Okay. See ya. They really tried there, huh? Alright. Back to the Castle Waygate here. We'll transform the wolf so that way we can actually get the recipe in and all that jazz. Hello, Athena. We'll learn this. Plate gloves. Actually, what about the research down here? Was there anything good here that we managed to get? Let me check. So let's see. Amulet of the Crimson Commander. I don't think we've managed anything with that sort just yet. I think we actually do already have the amulet. It's just a matter of we haven't actually used it yet. Yeah, no, we already have the recipe for the amulet of the Crimson Commander, so we can recycle this and get some more schematics out of it. That's just extra knowledge waiting to be used. We managed to get the Dreadplate gloves and the Dreadplate chest guard. Not exactly what I was looking for, but I mean, what can you do? We can make the Maleficer Scholar boots now, which will increase our cooldown right now. We can wear other things, but I think we want to stick with the Maleficer gear set, I suppose. Probably for the best. How is the paper press doing, anyways? It appears that it's now just making scrolls, which is good for us. That means we've got a whole bunch of paper that can be processed into something good. We will take all of this. Let's put the wool thread temporarily in there, so that way we can actually organize this a little bit. Here we go, 87, 88. So that's gonna hit 0. This is gonna hit 0, so let's just toss those in there. Take the paper, which is 250 per. Split them up, add them together. There we go. And yeah, that'll just make a whole bunch of scrolls, which then we just need tech scrap for, which will allow for high quality goods of in the form of anathenum. Of course, we obviously need to get the recipes here as well, so that's a chore. That's going to be 50, 100, 150, 200, 250. That's 100, 200. We need 400 scrolls, put simply, and then we can get rid of this. which will make our life 100 times easier once that's done. And by that point, our schematic supply should escalate to a significant degree. To that end, let's just deposit everything that we don't need. There we go. Assortment of royal curtains and a Athenum recipe. We'll have to learn that while we're going through this. Let's see. I suppose I throw in the gold river bass here. Go into jewel storage here. There you go. Alright, let's see what we can make here. Take 4 of those so that we can convert those into items. We are going to need to use the silk. And we need pristine leather, I believe. And then we've got recipes for various items. But before we go any further, we should probably get a blood merlot of the nightmare here. I'll at least give ourselves a blood type to work with for now. We are going to use this, I'm thinking. And we're definitely going to need to get more fish eventually. Corrupted fish are definitely going to be the way forward, though, I'm thinking. Increase or reduce the... Okay, so corrupted fish are gamble, regardless. Blood quality cannot exceed 100, which is obvious. But we did manage to get this guy here. We'll just give him a fat goby. And what we'll do here is just throw in the blood essence to convert into greater blood essence, and the greater blood essence will eventually be converted into primal blood essence, which is resources upon resources upon resources. A constant dividend. A positive light, that is. Yeah, those are still processing, so that's good. Exactly what we want. In fact, now that I think about it, go to the Anathenum. We unlock this. That is the Royal Curtains setup. Sanguine axes and swords are currently on the list, but we don't need to worry about those right now. Take the pristine leather out. And let's see, what can we make here? We can make quite a few here. We need 2 more for pristine leather before we can make more, it seems. Yeah, because you need 9, 18, 27, 36, so... There we go. That's 3 gear sets, which is an impressive amount. That'll be good. That'll be 3 more workers that are going to be upgraded to a new tier. We will have to set those guys up then. Alright, there we go. Put that in there, that in there. We are going to need more of this, so we're going to need some more thick leather. Thankfully, I do believe we have the materials necessary to make that happen, so it's not a huge ordeal. So all we gotta do is get some thick leather. In order to get more thick leather, we just need oil, and be good. Obviously, we're gonna need to find a way to get more oil, aside from the normal methods, because we only got so much, and that's not gonna carry us through the end. But, alas, we should be able to get some thick leather out of it. Leather working station. Do we have a higher tier bag? No. The pristine leather bag currently is the better of the bags. Right, we're also gonna have to check this frequently, because that's gonna get us better gear. What we can do is we can make 3 amulets now. We need to make 3 Blood Merlot amulets, I believe. So we just need to siphon the blood off a individual. We're actually gonna siphon you. We're gonna take the Blood Merlot of you. There we go. Take the blood of a knight here. Now that I think about it, we already got a warrior, so we can afford to sacrifice this guy. We'll just sack him, so that way we actually get some Blood Merlot in accordance. We're in bulk enough to get the job done. Alright. We need 3 Blood Merlot amulets. There is the amulet of the Crimson Commander, but we're not going to go for that. We're going to go for something better. Now if we go down here, we need 3 Dark Silver weapons. Alright, so Dark Silver crossbow, longbow, and then we need another Primal Blood Essence to make a great sword. In order to make these Sanguine weapons, we're going to need gold and dark silver weapons in order to get the next tier of upgrade. Obviously, we don't really utilize that, but we are going to need dark silver axes anyways to upgrade our gear. The same for the hammer, so we'll have to get those set up, and that's going to require pristine blood. So in order for that, we're going to need more greater blood essence. Either that, or we use exquisite hearts to cover the cost, which is probably the more sensible action compared to everything. And because exquisite hearts do provide primal blood essence, that isn't a bad idea. So all we do is just split these up. That's going to get us 4 primal blood essence. We'll do the same for the other hearts here. There we go, and leave the rest of the blood essence here in our storage. Now it'll be good. Now we go into the alchemy station here. There we go. We are running significantly lower on blood, but that is perfectly fine. It is at this point that we're probably going to want to start recycling the gardens here, so we're going to have to get rid of this entire thing, I'm thinking. But it's a necessary evil. Okay. Alright. Let's recycle everything here. Alright, let's start recycling these. Alright, let's build some pathing here. There we go. Let's set up some brick here. We'll set up ebonite flooring here. We are going to take out the bone. Recycle that. There we go. Alright. We are now set. This area will be processed for another another design, but we did want to take the flowers. That is a given. Because we are going to be using said flowers to get some, get a garden prepped. So we do need these, we need to set them up properly. So we're going to have to set up a proper garden for these, which is going to be a chore and a half. But a necessary requirement, all the same. Keep the blood low on us. Alright, let's see. I'm not sure when we're going to bring these herbs out, but we're definitely going to bring them out in today's stream, but we are going to need to set up a location in order for us to actually achieve that result. That is going to take some time, and something that we're probably not going to get to at the immediate moment in time. After all, we've got to upgrade our gear here. And obviously, Primal Blood Essence comes first. We'll take this and this. We'll leave the Greater Blood Essence to their own devices. I should at least make an effort to make one more Greater or Primal Blood Essence. There we go. We just need to make one at the very least. That's the most important bit here. And once that's processed, we should be good. And hey, if we want more Primal Blood Essence, well, we're making a whole bunch, so there you go. Grab that. That is the last ingredient we need for the bit. We're going to down the Blood Merlot now. Alright. What do we got here? We've got a few ingredients that we can just quickly grab here. I'm sure those items will be useful in the coming future. But alas, now we just need to make a God crossbow, longbow, great sword. Alright, so that's 2 of the many weapons that we need. We should have a surplus of ingredients upstairs now. Well, a surplus of outfits, I should say. Here we go. And that just leaves 3 more sets of Dawnthorn, specifically the Dawnthorn boots. The amulets should be done by now. There we go. And all we gotta do is just wait for those boots, and then we're basically good. I guess in the meantime, what I can do is prep the materials necessary for the next expansion. So let's see. We're going to need quite a few things, actually. First and foremost, obviously, we are going to need the herbs. So we're going to get 3,000... Well, we'll grab all the plant fiber. We're going to need all of it for this. We are going to need to grab all the seed types that we can muster here. Do we want any of these trees? Not really. We're not out here trying to grow specific things. We will take the curse saplings, though, because curse saplings actually provide ghost shrooms, believe it or not. That alone is useful. We'll grab the stone brick, because that will be handy for us. Grab the planks, because that is necessary for us. We're going to need some stone. We are going to need some... I believe a crude amethyst is what makes a particular part. Yeah, you need 2 crude amethyst in order to make a coffin, but we don't need a coffin, as far as I'm concerned. We are going to need copper, grave dust, and blood essence, though. Alright, so we'll grab the copper. We're probably going to need other things. I'm just trying to recall. I guess the telepad, we're going to need some gem dust, grave dust. Yeah, so we'll grab the grave dust. Yeah, blood, grave dust. Grab some bone as well while we're at it. That's going to be handy. Gem dust. And I guess that'll do for now, because that's going to give us a full inventory worth of stuff to do. And we've got enough for making a castle heart, at least. So that's good. Pick the sword. Get the other 3 items, and then we're good. The other 3 items are upstairs, so we'll grab those. We're going to do the first trip, which is deposit our materials over to minions for them to be ready for whatever we throw them at. Alright. Off we go over to here. Swap over to the proper cloak so that we don't need to worry about the curse. Alright, Winston's already set. Delmore, you are not geared. There we go. And get you to boots, there we go. Alright. Damien set up, Winston set up, Clayton set up. Yo. Cunningham. Dr. Bones. So I guess it's just a matter of filling out who haven't been geared. Damien, I guess. Alright. Rasso? You haven't been set up. Randolph and Marcus. So Marcus is either Randolph or Marcus. Marcus is a 22. Randolph is a 27. We're gonna give it to the 27. There we go. Everybody but Marcus is obviously ready. I probably should give them different names, actually, now that I think about it. That probably would be the smart choice, wouldn't it? Let's actually go over and start naming them a bit. Probably for the best that we do this right now. Worker A. Worker B. C. D. And... Okay. Sacred A. Sacred B. There we go. I'm only making it that way. It's the only reason I'm doing it that way is because it's going to be simpler to locate where each minion is and what I need to do with them. Alright, so obviously, first and foremost, we're just going to send the lowest tier here. Worker B is going to go, and we want to send the lowest... we want to send Strength A or C, it seems. We're going to go with A, because he's the weakest link. But obviously, we're going to get resources out of it, so that's good. Now we need to decide. A, B, or D. I guess A wouldn't hurt. And we need to send in Tactics A. That's going to get us the Silkworms. And we've got 2 more workers here. We can choose to either go with... we can either choose to go with the Ghost Crystals or focus on the Cursed Forest here and get the... well, we don't have tracking expertise, so there's no point. We don't necessarily need the Ghost Rooms heavily, so no reason to actually go there. So we're just going to prioritize Worker C and B, I guess? No, Worker C and D, I guess, on these 2 areas. That way we're going to get a whole bunch of crystals, but I'm going to hold off on 1 just in case. Because I do want to get the focus here. Okay. It's clear we're going to need a military tactics here, but for now, let's see. 8, 57, 58, 57. Is there any other locations that we don't need to handle? I guess we can throw Strength B or C here for Copper and Sulfur. Incendium Mine isn't really a good one. Hex Scrap, Scrolls, and Cloth. Glass, Mutant Grease, Schematics. But we need a Humble Appearance on top of that if we want to send them here. So we'll need to find a worker within the Gloomrot if we want to send them over here. Which won't be that hard, to be fair. We just need to find a suitable individual that fits the parameters. Which, honestly, ain't that bad. We can make that work. But yeah, this is going to be difficult to an extent. I wouldn't say it's extremely, though. Obviously, Mutant Grease is going to be the focus here, so let's just get a... I don't know. We can only send 1 of the strengths, so no need to send out more than that. Let's send out Sacred A. we'll send out Sacred Bee, considering Sacred isn't really that important in this area. Yeah, you don't really need Sacred for this area, so... Here we go. Getting those guys out. And we've got enough for the Strength C to go here, I guess. That's going to get us some glass, mutant grease, schematics. Schematics are probably going to be the most important of the lot here. And we can send the worker D here. There we go. We need to get a few blood types here, but the blood types here aren't going to be that hard to handle, so. Obviously, we need a few trackers and all that, but I digress. We are going to need to get some blood types here and there, but I digress. We'll worry about those sorts of things later. Alright, Castaway Gate here. Let's see how we're doing up here. Okay, we've managed to get 192 scrolls from each, so that's good. Now, whether we have all we need, that's another question entirely. Alright, we've got everything except for one. So we just need a tiny bit more scrolls before we can actually continue. And in order to get more, we're going to need more coarse thread. So let's see what we have cooking here. We don't have anything right now. In order to get more coarse thread, we need more plant fiber and pollen. I do believe we have the means to get more pollen, so it's not a huge ordeal to get that done. It's just a matter of getting there and grabbing it. Herb storage, we've got 100 pollen currently. That's not going to cut it, though. We are going to cut away from this. I'll even go as far as getting 98. Can't really grind out the sacred grapes, so no point in trying there. And we do want to keep a surplus of blood rose, though, so that's why I'm keeping it. Okay, let's grab all this. That is a whole bunch of spectral dust that we can huck in here. That's going to allow for dark silver creation. We are running a bit low there on silver ores, but that's fine. Gather everything for now. Okay. Go into here, deposit, grab up what we do need. I think we got everything. Okay, good. Yeah. Alright. Let's go set up that base that we had intended on doing so. Alright. Do we want somewhere... We want a base somewhere in here. We just need to decide what is going to be the best place. Where to go? I guess a garden... We're trying to make a garden, right? We need to decide a good spot for a garden. And honestly, either of these locations is possible. Hmm. If we're going by location, one of these three spots would do the job. Weirdly enough, I kind of want to see how this area plays out. But no, no. Just trying to think, what would be a good spot? There isn't really many good spots around here, is there? But for the Highlands, it's decent enough that we're trying to find something. I think realistically, this would be the best option because we can have the garden on the lower section, so we'll go for that. Going by practicality, as much as I don't want to admit it, going this route is probably for the best. Yeah, practically, this is probably good. Do I really want to go for this though? I don't like the vibe of it, to be quite honest. Let's change it up. Let's actually dare and check this out. I'm really curious to see whether this is going to be interesting for me. I just want to give it a try. Let's see what it's worth. See if it's interesting enough to make a base out, make a garden out of, I should say. Okay. If I don't like it, worst case, I can just find another spot. It's no big deal. Okay. Almost there. The benefits of having a fast horse is that we just get there really fast. Alright. We're here. Okay, so the moment you enter, you've got like a little alcove here that's like a proper entrance for it. Okay. You got effectively a gated entrance here that you can do. Got one you can do over here if you wish. Over here, you've got a bit of a stairwell that you can invest to split things off here. Got a few other locations, obviously, and then, of course, there is this area here, which is just a straight-up pond that you can benefit from, which is pretty cool. Alright. Let's give this a try. I kind of like this area. Kind of really do. I think for what we're going to be doing purpose-wise, setting up our base here would probably be ideal. Ow. Yeah. Fire is ground.
This will not work.
Alright.
I cannot build here.
Oh. can't it build here? Huh. Confusing, but alright. It's fine. Well, regardless, we'd have to make room anyway, so it's no big deal. Alright, let's just tuck this in the middle here.
My castle requires more blood.
We'll just toss in the blood here. There we go.
I cannot build here. This will not work.
Okay. Okay, let's break some trees here, clear out the area, make it look nice. We'll start obviously with a simple clearing of this area here. I'm not sure what I'll keep, what I'll change of this area, but we'll try and make it as beautiful as possible, even though it's just going to be ending up as a glorified garden. At the very least, even though it's going to be a glorified garden, it's going to be art. My glorified garden, so I should make it look nice, at the very least, shouldn't I? Go. Okay, not bad at all. Okay. Yeah, we're almost there. Just gotta gather everything. Should be good. Go. Not too bad at all.
This will not work.
I'll just casually chop that up. There we go. Begin to break this now. Alright, there we go. Not bad. Almost there. Alright, let's build the foundation, obviously.
I cannot build here.
There we go. Now I just gotta decide how I'm gonna build this, don't I? Let's see. I'd use my Mouter Shade, but I don't think that's a luxury I'm even gonna have. Let's just build a temporary wall here so I can actually see what I'm doing. So we can't really angle this one over here, so we'd have to aim for something like this. And even then, it'd be rather uneven on this part of the area. If we want to make it look nice, we'd probably have to place it right here. And even then, it'd be... Wait, what? 1, 2, 3... 2, 3... 1, 2, 3... Okay, so I actually did place it in their best spot possible. Although... Yeah, no, we won't be able to get that corner, nor this corner, though, is the issue. Well, it's not like it's a huge ordeal. All it means is we do a design like this. And then all we do is just close this off with a castle entrance here. There we go. This will essentially be the hub area for the materials that we want. We're gonna set up some foundation. Ideally, we want actually this.
I cannot build here.
We're gonna make it orange, so that way it looks nice. There we go. So yeah, the foundation here is gonna make it look nice. We don't necessarily have to make a entrance here in particular, but we can, if we so desire. We are going to make a... let's make a entrance here. Do we put a door here, though, or no? Move it here instead. I think it's it's better if I make it a bit more flush like this. It may look a little uneven, but it's perfectly fine this way. This does warrant the idea that we're gonna probably have to close this off a little. I see no reason to let ourselves go through these areas. I guess I could leave that one open, I suppose. Here we go. This area is going to be dedicated to the teleporter, I believe. But we need blood essence. Thankfully, we've got plenty in here, so we can use that. Here we go. Here we go. Now, if we go to stairs... There we go. Use the Ebonite stairs to get the job done. Then we can, do we even set up a path here? I don't know. I think we do, for the sake of principle, but we don't have to. I'll have to rethink this. I have a weird feeling that I might want to remodel this a little bit and just get rid of the entire terrain there anyways. And just stick with the grassy knolls here, I'm thinking. We'll have to manipulate it a little. What I'm thinking is we'll probably have to make like a path along here and going straight down here. And just clear this area for something else, is what I'm thinking. But the big thing here is obviously getting this and setting it up so that way we can get a proper garden set up. Because there is so much room, I can see us making it however way we want. And thankfully, because we got so many stone deposits and wood deposits, we should be fine on whatever we make. Just clear out things. It's not too much of an issue. There we go. We are going to have to get some materials, I do believe. Now I think about it. We are going to have to get some more tech scrap, I believe it is. And that shouldn't be too impossible to do. I know of a method that we can use to get plenty. Besides, we're going to need power cores eventually, so that is going to need to be prepped as well. But it's a worry that I don't need to worry about too much right now. Should help quite a bit. Dang, I'm getting a lot of stuff, that's for sure. At the very least, once we've cleared out this entire area, we should be good. Alright. We're almost done clearing out this section of the forest. Goodness knows we're going to need to clear out everything, but that should be possible to task. Maybe one day I should just go on a crazy cutting spree. Just destroy everything in a zone. Or as much as I can before things regenerate, that is. I don't know. We'll have to think about that as we go. Okay. Oh, now that I think about it, we're gonna have to deal with the limits of block placement, aren't we? That's gonna be one of the few chores that we have to overcome. Yeah, no, got quite a bit to do, huh? Silver, right? That's the thing. We only really need to dig down the lower path, so it's not like it's a huge ordeal. But yeah, we've got to take down the lower path and set things up accordingly. Alright. Foundation, castle flooring. What I do know is we should definitely make a line accommodating this area here. Okay, there we go. Alright. We've only got 100 tiles to work with, so that is something worth noting.
This will not work.
Okay. So this is the effective zone I have to work with when it comes to making crops grow. I am going to use the appropriate gardening skills here for it.
This will not work.
Castle limit reach, or tile limit reach, rather. We are going to set up the garden now. Well, let's set up production here. Okay. This isn't really ideal for it. Okay, so this wasn't enough. Let's try this. Before we do, let's see what this has to offer here. Because I do want to check to see what difference this makes here. Okay, so that's a design that does work. So we can angle with this at least. And what about this? I think we can actually make this work. And it does indeed work if we do it like this. Okay. Now we just got to settle on the amounts and where they should go. So let's see, we've got how many? 1, 2, we've got 10 types. So going this way, that's 7. We need to find a way to extend that some. So if I do this, it would extend up to 8, but that's about it. So 7. I guess I could aim for angling it here as well. And how much would we need to get block-wise here? So this is like 1. So 1. Oh, hold on. We need to at least get like 12 in a row, so that'd be a chore and a half, but it needs to be done. So let's aim with this in mind here. I could double down here and go for a 6. This is like, what? So we need 3 specifically, so we can go for a 6 row here. Six row won't cut it here. In this particular instance, anyways. How do we want to handle that? I don't know. We've got a limited time frame to work with, though, so we've got to be very careful here. I mean, I guess I could try to make the garden go down here, but that wouldn't really work. The only other option, I think, is cutting this down 2 blocks and trying to do something a bit different for the design here. But that would minimize the amount of space we've got. And we've got to get 10, I believe. 10 types of plants, so 12 here. I guess we could try to fit some here as planned. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8. So if we were to go the 12 by 12 for the double down 12 route here, we could do a 2 by whatever here. But yeah, no, obviously it's going to take time to make this work. Alright, well, either way, we are going to need to set up a bit of foundation here. Production, we'll go with a general here. Put in the mist brazier so that we got that way we got it set up for later. I could set it up this way, to be fair. Why am I limiting myself to this way? I could do it this way as well. Let's go into growing plots. And I do believe, like I said, it needs to be 12, so we can get up to 6 here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, not bad.
I cannot build here.
Okay, so if I were to go that route, that wouldn't count. So if I were to go 2 6s, that would count for that, but I need more if I want to go for that, the other one. So the next best thing I can do is try and get a 2 6 here. So what I will do is I will go into castle. Let's get some castle flooring here. Alright, sun's rising. To be expected. Let's build up the Ebonite floor once more, just to get a foundation running. I suppose there is no harm in extending this one more if we so desire. Not sure what we'd use the pots for, but hey, it's fine. Alright, production, growing pots, here we go. And then, of course, we got this, so... Three... 5. So yeah, we'd only really be able to get the 4 out.
This will not work.
Alright. Ain't perfect, but it would give us plenty of garden space. Let's see, garden... Fencing we can't really do because we need iron for that. But we won't be able to do the 3x4 as planned. Well, I mean, we could. But it wouldn't look all that nice, would it? The same can be said for this, to be fair. What we need is sections, I think, to compensate for the fact that we can't get this done the right way. Or the intended way that I'm thinking of. Okay. As long as we get 12 in, and we get 3 plots of 12, we should be good. So let's set up a... plethora of gardens here, I suppose. We'll aim for a 3x4 situation here again. Because that's what this is going to be anyways, so there you go. Alright. Production, growing plots. Okay, so one. Alright. That's one. Alright, castle. That's one. Three, four. I need 6. What am I doing? It's just not working here. We need something, but we either need to, we need to do something better here, so... I'm gonna move this here for now. Alright, so we can do a row here and a row here, I guess. Is what I would say if I could. I think we're gonna be able to get that much at least. What else could we do? I do believe in Garden there is pathways. Could try and funnel from there, I guess. Perhaps that is the way to go. What am I doing? Maybe the path. Maybe it is the gravel pathways that are our future, not necessarily what we're doing right now. Maybe that is the true MVP here. To that end, I guess we need to decide what we're gonna prefer here. Do I prefer that, or do I prefer gravel? Let's see. I think we go for the stone path above all else. Okay. Alright, let's set up the T section here. And begin setting up the area. Okay. Alright, the terrain is regenerating, so I will have to be careful here. But that's perfectly fine, because I do believe we can make this work. So, 2, 3... 6, 7... 9, 10, 11, 12, not enough. So 12, 15, go back to garden. Let's go here. Here we go. Perfect. So we ideally want this level of commitment for the design here. Here we go. So that's what? 3, 6, 9, 11. Okay. And if we go into production here. Okay, we won't be able to extend any farther than that is the problem. But I do believe if I were to do this... I should be able to get the... Yeah, I should be able to get the garden to look like this. So I can get up to 6 rows with this design, specifically. If I were to follow this specific design, that is. Now, with the design in question, I do believe I can make this work. This does mean I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to handle the rest of the design. But I think I can make this work to an extent. Alright, anyways. So, from here, it's a... So this is an 11 by 6. Going by the design, that is. Alright, let's go by... So I think I can get an 11 by 6 here, maybe? Well, maybe not even that, but I can try. So let us go with production here. 1, 2, 3... Oh. 4, 5. I won't be able to get a 6, is the thing. So I can get away with a 3 at the very least, but that's about it. At least for this part here, anyways. And And we only need 10, so... So, yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, no. Okay. So what I'll have to do here is break this off in favor of making a better path here by doing this. Wait, hold on. That is also an option. I could just make rows like that. But, no, we want to preferably keep it within the range here. Okay, production, growing plots. Alright. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10. And just barely off from 11. Dang. So even if I did want it that way, it wouldn't ideally work. That is truly unfortunate. And we can't exactly go this way either, so no point in that section either. Could try somewhere around here by breaking this one. Garden. All right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is an option. Alright, so we got that. That is... This is 6, 7... And I just need a 3x3 row next, if I can help it. Let's try this. There we go. Okay. Okay, so it's up to the 6 mark. And even then, I don't think that's gonna cut it. I'm actually curious. If I cut this out... Okay, so I can do 6 as well. But at that point, it's 6 and 5, which is a weird design choice. But whatever the case, it's no big deal. Actually. I could do an extra plot just to separate it to make it look nice, to be fair. That is also an option. Nah, let's stick to the plan design. Okay. I'm really limiting myself, but we need to do this. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's get the production set up. God, it's taking such a long time to get this sorted, but it needs to be done. 2, 3. There we go. An awkward design, but it needs to be done. Because I do believe, as a result of this, we should be able to set up the gardens now. So we go to the garden here, we go to paths. Here we go. Keep in mind, this is all just future-proofing. Of all things, this is future-proofing. Oh, wrong tool. Meant to use an axe here. Oh well. What I will do here is a path leading out here. We'll have to get a proper fencing to separate this area off to a degree. But I do believe with a bit of effort here, we should be able to get the the plot set up. Oh, hello. I've made a mistake. I thought that was enough. Damn. Oh, is it? Ah, bugger. Okay. Well, that's annoying. So that doesn't work. That is truly unfortunate. Hmm. Maybe I can find a way through this. Hold on. Currently, my limiting factor is obviously the paths, right? So, what can we get to? Oh, this is difficult. It is very difficult to figure this out on what we can do here. The easiest method I figure is finding a solution within the lines. So let's see. We can go up to 6 here, and we can't really extend past that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut that out. We are going to set up the path here just to get a rough idea on how many we can get into a single plot here. So castle, no, production. Okay. So not there, but we can get up to here. Set up the production. Okay, so that's not enough. We have to do a 6 at the bare minimum for this. That is a fact. Okay. Alright, so 6 seems to be the cap of what we can do, right? So in that case, we just need to make sure we get as much in the 6th zone as possible. So now, and how many of that is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paths. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I can get up to 4 here. And I guess the 5th path can be here. We can see how that fares. In fact, cut these out. Here we go. Make it look a little nice there. We won't be able to actually connect these paths, but we should be able to get the point across that this is a 6x6 zone, right?
I cannot build here.
Okay. Move this over just a bit so that way we can actually place more. There we go.
This will not work.
Ah! Nuts. So close yet so far. It is literally just stopping me from doing that. Dang. That is so annoying. Well, how many do we need to cover? Let's see. 1, 2. Wait, 11. This should be a big enough garden. Okay, so I just overinvested, really. Of course, that said, planning for the future never hurts. That's sort of why I was doing this to begin with. So, I guess this progress of me trying to figure out what works and what doesn't really didn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but still. Having this planned never hurts. Because that means I can decorate this and make it look nice, to be fair. But I digress. Let's go into... Yeah, let's prep this up now. Well, let's build this up and set up the gardens accordingly. There's only one other path ahead of me that will make this work, and I think we're gonna have to just build upwards in this case. Because as much as I want to do the whole song and dance of doing that again, I don't think that's the wise choice. So we'll just use this as the template of the garden. It will be a massive garden that will cover its respective resources. And we should only need one row for now. But if we ever need more, we will make more. But there should only be 11 that we need material-wise for the plants, so that should be good. Although I am worried that we may encounter a situation where we're going to have to get more. And I suspect that's probably going to end up happening regardless of whether we want it to or not. So we'll just have to make do when it hits that point. We'll go to castle, go to this. We're going to make decorations going around here. Make it look nice and grassy. Okay. Let's actually build something now. Or rather, start getting the items planted. We'll start with the rose bush, considering that's the most dominant of the species that we've got.
I cannot build here.
Okay. Alright, that's the first. Morning lilies are the next strongest.
I cannot build here.
Here we go. We've got snowflowers and fire blooms. We'll start with the snowflowers.
This will not work.
Alright, now for the fire blooms.
I cannot build here.
Okay, we'll set up our thing here. There we go. Alright, let's see. What else do we have? Let's organize. Let's get the Hell's Clarion and the Ghost Shrooms next. Here we go. Ghost Shrooms. Alright. Sunflowers. Cotton.
This will not work.
Alright. Sacred grapes. Plague briars. Will go on the end. And we'll get the bleeding hearts next. There we go. That is a whole garden worth of stuff. It's clear we're going to need more gardening material, to say the least. But we are on the right path, as it were. It's very clear we're going to need more gardening material. Well, eventually, anyways. But yes, that is the garden set up. It's not perfect, as you can tell, clearly. But it is a step in the right direction. Alright. Is this even aligned properly? Yeah, it is. Okay, I just had to double check. Alright. Eventually, we will definitely... Well, I guess we could just wall this off, couldn't we? There is no harm in doing so. This will save us from needing to use a... Yeah, it'll save us the need of using the cauldron here. Alright. Entrance. 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 And the only thing stopping us is making the entire floor plant life, really. And then, of course, we got to figure out how we're going to get up to the other floors, which is another chore. I guess I could dedicate this area to stairwells, couldn't I? Yeah, why not? Let's dedicate this area to stairwells here. We're gonna go with Ebonite here. We will go with another castle entrance here. Taken quite a bit to get this prepped, but it needs to be done. Let's set up some foundation. We're going to go with castle flooring here. There we go. Go with stairs here. Oh, that's outside of territory, huh? Maybe change this up a little bit. Alright, let's move you out of the way. I guess we set up the foundation here to make an ebonite floor here. Then we set up the stairs like so. Then we build another foundation here. There we go. And we'll set up some walls so that way it looks nice. And considering the circumstances, what we'll probably do is we'll set up some foundation here. Just to make it look nice, and then we just wall it up accordingly. Like so. Oh, and then we wall this, I guess. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we'll do it like this. So that's a second floor setup. We'll have to deal with, obviously, the trees, but that will be a worry for future me. And you know what? Might even be worthwhile to go over here and set up a foundation to set up a pathway up here as well. So we're gonna make a castle entrance here, foundation, ebonite flooring, stairs, ebonite stairs. There we go. Foundation, ebonite floor. Okay. Alright, stairs. Let's set up ebonite ones here. This. Okay, garden. Here we are. Then all we do is just set up the foundation here. Oh, right, castle tile limit reached. That's to be expected, though. I'm used to that sort of thing now. Alright, but anyways, all we do is just set up the walls accordingly. Castle entrance, there we go. And if we ever need a second floor, we've basically got it. So all we really need now is to set up the tile limit here and clear out this area so I lock it as a room of sorts. And of course, provide some lighting, because we do want to beautify the place to an extent, so may as well try our best to make it happen. Other than that, we are doing quite well on making a garden of things, of all things, so there's that, so that's good. What we can do now is we can process all this wood. Take that. There we go. Alright, 1,050 for plants. Yep. We'll just let those process on their own merits, and we should be good. I'll move the Phantom Veil over, swap it out, and let's deposit what we can. Herbs, there we go. The only things that we didn't put in are the cursed saplings, but that is for obvious reasons. We're just gonna quick send them over. We'll worry about such things later. Yep. Now we've got to upgrade the area a little bit. That's gonna take a bit of time. Let's actually take these. Yep. Let's just do the 15-15 here. No, let's make it 18. So that should be 3 per Primal Blood Essence. The rest we'll keep, because I know for a fact the Primal Blood Essence isn't an easy thing to get. But we are going to need the Greater Blood Essence for more minions and all that, but I digress. A number of things to add to the roster of things that we've got to do. But I digress. We should be good. Alright. We should probably check up on our research. Let's see, what have we got into paper presses? Nothing, as expected. We did need pollen in order to process more string to make more paper in order to make more upgrades. So that's a necessary evil that we'll have to overcome. I believe we just go into the herbs here, grab all of this, and let us begin. This will just help us get some more material set up accordingly. Advanced loom. This is going to make a whole bunch of coarse thread. Not sure how much, but we should get, at the very least, looking at the numbers, if we multiply that by 100, we'll get at least 100 or so coarse thread. But I'm thinking it's like 120 or so, give or take. Somewhere around that ballpark, at least. Okay. We are going to need more upgrades, so we'll have to worry about that later. Well, something worth considering. Thick leather. I believe there was a recipe for thick leather, last I recall. And yeah. We're just going to toss the thick leather into their respective spots here in the advanced loom. This is going to give us a chance to make cloth when we get the chance. And we'll let that process for a little bit, because that's going to be handy for us, so no reason to not get it done. Hello. We'll take a Blood Merlot to go. This will just help with our blood type. We will give you rainbow trout and a rat. That'll do. We're definitely going to need more, yeah, we're definitely going to need more fish. That's a something that we do need to actually process. Okay. Well, for now, we got everything that we need. What we're going to do here is we're going to go into here. We're going to grab the gold sun coins. We do have jewelry. What does it require to make the gold? To make gold, we need gold jewelry and sulfur. Thankfully, all of such are easy to get. Alright, so we're just going to go quickly over to here. Deposit what we can. We need to take the sulfur and the gold jewelry. And getting this gold isn't going to be a bad thing. So getting it all sorted wouldn't hurt. Alright. And with that, all we do is process it. And that's going to take a little bit of time, but once processed, we'll have a ton of gold. And all we gotta do for Sanguine Gear is have a Flawless Gem, 9 gold, and a Dark Silver weapon. We don't necessarily need to do it that way, but that is the way that's necessary. For us to get gold sun coins, we need to sacrifice 3 gold ingots and 30 silver coins. Thankfully, we have a lot of such coins, or a lot of silver coins, so we can process the materials into gold sun, which is going to be necessary for recipes. So that is why I'm going through the effort of doing this. In the meantime, while I wait for all that to process, I'm going to get on my horse. I'm going to go to the town while it's still night. And we are going to secure ourselves the materials necessary for,
Bend
well,
to my will.
better armor, really. Because until we get that better armor, I do not want to fight any of the bosses. If I can help it. So getting high quality gear, the right blood type, we're probably going to aim for like upgrading Draculan blood, so I'm probably going to have to go after some corrupt fish, I'm thinking. Either that or I go on the hunt for some more Draculan blood, but once we hit level 79, we should be safe to do most things. Or at least in a comfortable manner, I should say. But I digress. we go. I guess in the meantime, while I'm here, I can grab some more grapes. We are going to need more, we're going to need more seeds anyways, so this is going to be an inevitable constant that we're going to have to overcome. Okay. There we go. All right, there we go. We're going to need as many schematics as possible, so that's why I'm just going through and grabbing what I can here. The villagers are definitely going to have a few things here that we can use, so I am going to grab it while I got the chance. So better we go into houses now rather than later. Who knows, we may find what we're looking for, more gold sun coins, but I think we're actually going to get that from the more dangerous mobs, I do believe, so... We'll get the best results as we go on. Okay. Got a gem of ethereal rock. We'll wear that one. Drop this. Let's get going. Okay. Drop a few things. Drop this. Drop this. There we go. Oh. Let's down this blood merlot. There we go.
Perfect.
Grab that.
Go away!
Okay, let's polymorph into human form. Here we go. We're up to 230 gold sun coins, so that's good.
Vampire! Help!
Alright, and Malefactor Scholar gloves. Unfortunately, we've already got those, so we need to wait until new goods arrive in 22 minutes, so we'll have to wait on that, which is the unfortunate bit. But that's perfectly fine. It just gives us more time to get more silver. And besides, we get schematics the more we delve into these areas. There they go. Alright, let's dip into here.
A real vampire!
A lot of silver. Coins, that is. Yeah, we'll just ignore you. Thankfully, we got 400 silver coin immunity, so there is that going for us. I'm curious what the city goods vendor has, though, so I'm gonna transform to human form here, just to investigate. Wait for him to come back. Hello.
To the finest shop in all
You
of
got the
Vodka.
miter, the ashfolk helm, bundle of fish, pristine leather, spectral dust. Okay, so you can sacrifice the effort to get some high-quality goods. Pristine leather, spectral dust, and silk are very good in that regard. Alright, you are a city urban potion vendor. Transform into human form here just to see what she has. Hello.
Fine, rare crafts here.
Cotton, ghost shrooms, and a few potions. Yeah. I am not that desperate, so it's fine. Hello. There we go. Got some more gold sun coins. Okay. Not bad at all. I guess what we need to do, well, obviously we can go over to the docks, because that will get us fish, which can be pretty good. There we go. But yeah, no, let's get some more fish. Or at the very least, try and get some fish, because getting some fish would actually help us quite a bit, I would imagine. Okay, let's see. We got a curse here. Drop this. Hello, you three. Okay. Here we go. Okay, drop that. There we go. The rest we'll keep. We're definitely going to need carpets for one of the areas at the very least. I know that for a fact. Hey. Now that I think about it, all we really need to do is go up to the ocean, really, and then we can just start fishing, couldn't we? Yeah, because the ocean down here should have what we're looking for in regards to fishing spots, such as here. So we can find a good spot to get some cover from the sun. We should be good. Okay, that should be good. Okay. Sagefish, not bad. Yeah, so we can actually get fish this way, so that's good. Technically, we can also get oil this way, but it's not a good conversion rate, I would argue. Nearly. Yeah, I guess I go in here to get some more. No, this is actually just a side room that leads to nowhere. Somehow, still, I'm able to find a good spot to actually hide in the weather. That said, that's a very open part of the ocean. I can actually go along here, though, and get some fishing done. Is what I would say if we didn't have any... We don't have any clouds for it, though. Yeah, the moment I step out, it's just game over there. Which sucks, considering the fishing spot's right there. Ah, well. Alright, well, regardless, we will just ignore that part. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's do it. Quickly. Hey, Blood Snapper. Nice. I was about to be concerned there for a sec, but thankfully, didn't have to worry that much. Having a fire resist potion is not a bad thing for us. Okay. Don't see any fish that we can grab. So no point in going from there. Okay. At least we're getting plenty of oil, so that's nice. Okay, nothing so good regarding the fish part. Doesn't seem like we're getting much fish in the way of things, so that's okay. No big deal. We will get more as time goes on, I'm sure. Okay. Alright, let's just quickly pilfer these stuff here. We're gonna go into the homes to see what we can grab. Probably we're only gonna get silver coins more than anything. Which isn't exactly what we need, but hey, whatever. At the very least, we're getting schematics, which is just as good. Alright. Hello. Hey.
There's no space in my inventory.
Okay, we need more room for the gold sun coins. We're gonna drop... I'm gonna be real with you. I don't need the stone bodies. We need gold sun coins more than anything. And any silver that we get, we can convert into gold sun coins, so... Here we go. Hey. That's the 90 rogue. Not bad for what it is, but well, I suppose there is no reason to not grab you.
Mortal minds bend easily.
Yeah, we're
You are
taking you
under my
specifically.
command.
Okay. Send you out. Okay, seriously? Go. Quickly, before I change my mind.
You look right at home.
Okay. There we go, finally. Alright. Okay, we're not in combat anymore, so we can down a vial, which will allow us to heal significantly. I'm gonna drop this crude emerald, I suppose, because we don't need that as much. But we are now at, roughly full health, so that's good. Okay, grab all this, grab all this. Pop this open so we can grab all that. Whole bunch of loot in here, no less, which is nice. Oh, that's a feed. We can always use those. Let's drop the coarse thread. Coarse thread isn't all that good. Not yet, anyways. Besides, we're making a whole bunch anyway, so it's no big deal. Let's drop the thick hide, and we will drop... I kind of think plant fiber is pretty useless, or useful, so we're gonna ditch leather.
I must make room if I want to carry that.
Okay, let's drop this temporarily so that we can equip this. There we go. And let's pilfer this. Got a whole bunch of gold sun coins. We are not suffering.
There is no space in my inventory.
Okay, we can't really fill the blood essence. Okay, that's an issue. Drop the paper. Paper's pretty
My bags are
expendable.
filled.
All right. There we go. Nice. Hey. Okay, we'll grab all these. Yoink. Pop this open. Grab all that. That's more silver that we're suffering from. Okay, dang, we're gonna have to drop these silver coins, aren't we? You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I'd rather drop those silver coins than, yeah, let's drop half of them. Then we'll keep going. We don't need the copper, so we'll just ignore that. Okay, I guess we go over here, because there's another one. Another house that we can pilfer. I'm just going to do this for the sake of, you know, get as much as I can. There we go. There we go. Alright, that's all that done. Okay. All that's left is that we gotta go over here. And we should be good. Alright, well, all we gotta do now is just go over to the shops and we should be good. There we go.
My bags are filled.
Grab the schematic, grab that.
I must make room if I want to carry
Okay,
that.
let's human morph, and we should be good. Alright, we are gonna have to drop a few things. Let's see. We'll equip that, so that way we can get the recipe there.
Welcome to the
Hey,
finest
buddy.
shop in all of Ardora.
Maleficer Scholar Leggings, exactly what I needed. I've got a choice between the Amulet of the Master Spellweaver or the Wicked Prophet. I believe the Master Spellweaver is what we need. So, yeah, we're going to buy that. It's going to be a bit expensive, but all that for recipes, so it needs to be done.
Oh no!
Alright. Right,
I will
let's go to
assert my
subdue
will.
and let's get out of here. We'll use this as a chance to get some upgrades for our castle in this zone. But yeah, we'll just have to get to it. That is the 98 Rogue.
I must
Okay,
make room if I want to
ancestral
carry
dagger shard. Oh. Okay, now for you.
Your mind is mine. Do not
Alright, let's
resist.
dominate you.
Your mind is mine to control.
Okay, good. We will take you, send you back elsewhere.
I hope you like rats. There is no space in my inventory.
Okay, we are gonna drop something here. Let's just drop this scroll. Take the daggers. Down a vial here. And let's just follow the road. We are now full health, that's good. Saves us some trouble. You know what?
I must make room if I want to carry that.
Okay, there we go. Where's my horse? Over there, okay. Yeah, just ignore the army camp, we'll be fine. Seriously?
There is no space in my
Okay,
inventory.
drop this. Alright,
Bend to my will.
nice. And all we gotta do is just go curve the area here. Okay, anyways.
I must make room if I want to carry that.
Alright, we've got a whole bunch of items. Nice. Let's see, can we upgrade? We need leather, which is unfortunate considering we just had leather, but we had to ditch it because of lack of room. It's fine though, it's fine. We managed to secure the leggings, which is the third of 4 pieces of the gear set that we are going to need, so works out for us. Alright, let's see. We're 39. We've got 200 schematics. We can unlock this and this. So now we've got the Scholar leggings. We've got Shadow Moon gloves and leggings, which is exactly what we hoped for, but, you know, take what you can get. Take that, take this, split those in. That's going to get us a nice juicy 121 across the board. And those scrolls will quickly be developed and give us the opportunity to make schematics, because we will have finished our recipes at that point. So all we do now is, let's see, let's make the Scholar leggings. This is going to increase our spell leech by 4%. So this is going to make our healing much more potent, which is really good for us. That's going to bring us up to a juicy 77. And once we get the Dawnthorn gear, or the chestplate of the Dawnthorn gear, we will have produced everything we need. Alright, we will take this, split this up, and put them in their respective areas, so that way we can start processing cloth. Obviously, we're going to need way more material, but that is besides the point. We're also going to need a bunch of cotton yarn, but that's also another, you know, factor that we got to worry about. Not worry about, but you know what I mean. Alright. Pop everything here. Here. Silver coins here. There we go. Knowledge is already there. There we go. We'll open this, put in the fishies. We've got this, which is a blood-infused pair of daggers, which is pretty cool. But, not exactly what we're looking for, right? It's all good. We'll make it work. Take all this gold here. Now, I've got a few choices here. I can either make some, gold tier gear, which is probably for the best. Or I can go with the... Well, you know what? Let's get our axes up. Why not? There is no reason for us to not use the Sanguine gear, so let's go and do that. So we're gonna need... Yeah, we're gonna have to get all 4 of these. So for now, let's just get the slashers and the axe, I guess. Because the axe is something that we can actually make into Sanguine gear. So that is something that we will have to make. We only need 9 of the ingots, so we can just split this into 9. And the rest we can actually use for gold sun coins. The reason I am doing it this way is simply because we just need the gold sun. So let's just take, I don't know, 300. It'll take 600. Here we go. That's just going to process all those into gold sun coins. We may as well just take the rest. We'll take 900 to it. So that's what? For 51 ingots, we should get plenty. Let's see, 30 for every 3 ingots. That's... We'll at least get almost 2 of them done. And then we'll get a whole bunch of gold sun, which will allow for a lot of purchases. And we can just basically go on a shopping spree at that point, once we get all this processed. Of course, we're going to need more gold sun, obviously, but, you know, that's fine. But, yeah. I mean, we're doing quite well for ourselves. I mean, we did what we set out here to do. While we wait for that to process, we're going to take this, and we're going to put the gold away, actually. We are going to need some leather, and this will be the first upgrade of the many that we need to do for the new base here. What I'll probably do is I'll probably set up a minion comp or outpost as well around this area somewhere. I'm not sure where specifically. I'll figure it out. But upgrading is going to be a necessity here, so getting it done now was probably for the best. Upgrade this. Alright, there we go. To get the next, we need glass, reinforced, and greater blood essence. Alright, that shouldn't be too hard. Alright, off we go, down to here. Alright, glass, reinforced planks, and greater blood essence. There we go. Alright, next is radium alloy and primal blood essence. There we go. We currently lack blood essence, but we do have radium, so we can actually use that. And I do believe that there should be some processing up here, shouldn't there? Or have processed, rather. Here we go. That is 6 primal blood essence, which is good. And we're just gonna go straight back. Get that. Oh, hold on. Before we do, we should probably get blood. What is the conditions over castles? Okay, so the first one here is fine. It's got 7 days left. All of them are going to be lasting long, so we should be fine. We'll take the extra blood essence so we can fuel the other one while we're here. So we go here. There we go. Here we go. Tier 4 has been achieved. And for Tier 5, we need Dark Silver and Power Cores, which is, you know, an expected situation. Alright, let's deposit the materials. Let's go make that Sanguine Axe, and then have ourselves a party. So, bonus maximum health and physical critical power. Not exactly the most ideal axe that we could get, but hey, there's not much we can do about that, is there? But we can get the Berserker Reavers at least, so there is that. That is sure to be an upgrade, but we need the Sanguine Axes and the Onyx tiers if we were to do that. And Onyx tiers are currently out of our budget, so yeah. Deposit those, deposit the blood. There we go. Nice. How's this going? We got a lot of coins. Nice. We'll convert those. There we go. We are going to make the hammer and dagger, or the mace and daggers. We'll get this. Take this. This is going to upgrade it to the next tier. Oh, we don't even have dark silk for this, don't we? So we need another, yeah, we need another dark silver, mace and hammer. So yeah, we'll just make another dark silver here. Yeah, we're gonna make the dark silver axes first. And then we'll just upgrade that to its highest tier here. I don't necessarily have to do it this way, but why not, right? And you know what? I think we are going to wrap it up here for today. I mean, we've mass-produced a whole bunch of gold sun coins, so that's an interesting situation, as it were, already. So yeah, we've fabricated a whole bunch of coins, for one. We've managed to get, like, 500 coins worth of gold sun? No, this is like... You know what, let's just take it all. Bugger it. Yeah, so we've managed to get a whole bunch of gold sun coins. We've managed to get a whole bunch of research done. We haven't done much with the minions or any fighting, really. But, yeah. We've done quite a bit, I would argue. We've done quite a bit. What I will do before we wrap up is I'm actually gonna sit... Oh no, I already set my mini chat. What am I doing? Yeah, no, we've managed to do quite a bit of things. We've managed to capture a few minions here and there. Nothing too crazy. Like, we got a few workers, a few warriors, Draculan. Yeah, we basically did a whole bunch of stuff. Next stream, what I'm thinking of doing is, well, if we go into our V-Bloods, what I'm thinking is once we got the final piece of gear, I take out Stavros the Carver, because he's going to give us the access to advanced sawmills. Or at least that's what I'm thinking currently. Like, I could go after him, but at the same time, I do want to focus on development of my territories. So, what I'm thinking is we move this territory somewhere a bit more spacious. So that way we can actually, you know, utilize the space to a better degree. I'm thinking it has to be a big place somewhere. At the very least, unlike this place, or it'd have to be similar to this area here anyways. So anything with a lot of room that we can work with, essentially, is what I'm looking for. So I may even consider something like here, one of these two areas. Basically a large enclosure where we can build with minimal lash. There's a lot of options, basically. I'm gonna have to do some investigating to figure out what would be the best course of location. Honestly, maybe going here would be nice because we'd get close to fish. We just need a good spot, but I will figure that out next time, because there is a plethora of areas I can go to that would do the job just fine. But I digress. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I know I did. And I'll see you guys next stream. Take care, everybody. Have a good day.